Hello to you all and welcome to soo-ded, the channel that inspires people all around the world that they are right and appropriate for fulfilling a divine purpose. My name is Brittany and welcome back to the Masterpiece series, the series that amplifies your value in Christ and also shares what God says about you, His greatest creation, His masterpiece. In today's video, I will be sitting down with Jesireh, designer and creative director of Jesireh, and we will be speaking about body image, acceptance, modesty, and fashion. Now, thank you so much, Jesireh, for being here. So let's jump right into it. So our bodies, they are amazing, they're beautiful because we have been created in the image of God. But we are currently living in a society that tries to influence and dictate how we should look, which may make people feel like their current physical features or image isn't acceptable or it's wrong. What do you think society has to say about how women should look?
So the topic of body positivity is such an important one, especially in this day and age, because I feel that the society is at a point where it's like people are so drawn to social media, which is one of the biggest tools we have around here. Like, it's a great resource, but at the same time, it's like a very bad thing to have, especially because people throw on there anything and everything. And with regards to body positivity, people are just like posting stuff that for the most part, I would say, are not true. And so it's like it gives the notion that a great body has to be a certain type, figure 8 or a size 8. By figure 8, like the hourglass type of shape. But that's not true. But for me, it's because body positivity is you understanding your type of body, or like regarding every body type as good, no matter what the society says. We just need to have at the back of our minds that just how we find ourselves, that's how God wanted us to be. So we just have to start from there.
In Psalms 139:14, this verse says how God formed our inward parts and how we are wonderfully made, fearfully made. How can we as women encourage others to understand, to accept themselves?
I think we're all made differently, and everything God made was a masterpiece to Him. So everyone is unique in their own way. You can be tall, short, big, small, whatever, size, type, shape, whatever. You are great and unique the way you are. Knowing that God formed us is great enough to hold on to. So once you accept yourself, you can learn to also encourage someone to accept themselves.
Now, let's talk about Jesireh. How did Jesireh start?
So Jesireh kind of came into the picture after college because I did fashion design and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Apparel Design. So after school, I knew it was time to start a brand. Although I was, making little things here and there, I thought that this was the time to take on it like seriously and make it a full brand. So I started to make things for a few clients here and there, and we launched officially Jesireh, I think, a year ago. So far, it's been good, and I can't thank God enough.
That's awesome. So with Jesireh brand, how does Jesireh promote body positivity?
So one thing I always tell my clients every time they come up to me for orders or like to have me make anything for them is that I do not want to impose on you. I want to know who you are as a person, because style comes from within. Who you are is not what I see on the outside. I need to know your likes, your tastes, like the things that you like to wear. Some people do not like to show off their arms, I need to know all of that. And every time someone comes to me with something like a design, I first look at it, maybe study them for a bit, and then I'm like, maybe this wouldn't work for you entirely. I can make suggestions, maybe tweak the design for a little bit so that it suits the person. So for me, it's the whole idea is I need you to look you, not like the other person or the design that you pulled. And that for me is body positivity, because I'm trying to make you accept you, but at the same time make you look much better in you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is you, but you're not going to lose yourself. That's for me, bottom line is I can help you maintain your style, but enhance it.
So I want to get your thoughts on modesty and the representation of a godly woman. So what are your thoughts on that?
Modesty.
I know it's a very
It is
sticky topic to discuss.
It is like the word in itself. People look at it with different thoughts or have different meanings to it. But for me, it starts from knowing that your body is the temple of God. And for me, that's where the definition of modesty starts. If you know that you as a person, your body is where God lives, Jesus lives, you want to do something to make it presentable. So presentable can mean anything. To someone, presentable is wearing a maxi dress that, drags the floor, sweep the whole nation off, But modesty for me is making sure that as a woman, you're covered in the right areas. So you're not revealing too much to the world. By revealing too much to the world, I mean, you can have maybe your arms exposed. That's not being modest. You can have maybe a little part of your chest exposed, but you want to cover the vital parts and make sure you look decent enough for wherever you're going. And it's like it should still represent you as a person, because people are going to judge you by what they see. And if you're dressed in a way that to them looks like you didn't even think of what to wear, you just picked and threw things on your body, it's confusing, because you end up not dressing right. And by dressing right, maybe you might have a slit that's going all the way up to your waist or something. That's not modesty. I mean, you want to be presentable. If you look into the outfit that you're wearing, think of it as, would Jesus like this? Would God be pleased with this? So if you think of it that way, I think it would be a better way for you to judge what's modest for you to wear or not.
How does Jadu Mod or yourself inspire or motivate women that they are God's masterpiece?
First off, the Bible tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderfully in the sense that you're not just made. Fearfully is the word, and wonderfully is another word that describes how you are made. And like I said in the beginning, that we are God's masterpiece. Whatever He created, it says in the book of Genesis that He said it was good. So you just need to believe that. It stems from you believing, so that your mind gets shut to any other thing anyone tries to tell you. Once you know and believe that the one who created you said you are His masterpiece, nothing else should matter. It's like, period, right there. Let's move on, kind of, yeah. So another thing you also want to note is your existence is not just because you have to be here, but you are made for good works, which Ephesians 2:10 makes us understand. And so we are not just here to do what we want. And it all comes together with our being, like the way we carry ourselves, the way we serve, everything comes together. So I will go back to the point where we are God's masterpiece. So once you believe, understand, note that, everything else should be as is, like nothing should matter.
Now, I want to thank you so much for sitting with me to talk about the importance of, accepting our bodies, loving ourselves, and just fully understanding that we are God's masterpiece and that we are created for purpose. Now, where can people follow you, place some orders for Jesireh clothing line?
So our website is www.jadrumart.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Jadrumart and Facebook at Jadrumart.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Masterpiece series. And as a reminder, I want you to go about your day remembering that you are capable, you are called, and you are suited for a divine purpose. God bless.